Hi, everyone, and welcome to an episode of Space Snacks Recipe Challenge. And so I'm your host, Dr. Cyan Proctor. I put on my chef hat today. That means that I don't have anybody I'm interviewing. Instead, I'm just going to share with you a quick recipe or tip, something that I've picked up or learned along the way in my cooking career. And so if you are out there and you are watching me right now, give me a shout out in the comments section so that I know you're there. And today, because we're getting knee deep in avocado, thinking about guacamole, I have two recipes, postcards, that I'm going to give away to anybody who leaves a message in the chat. And so if you want one of these, then let me know you're here by leaving a comment as we go through this recipe. And what I like about this and why I chose guacamole is because here's an example. I have two cards right here that are recipes, and they're different from each other. Is there one way to make guacamole? I don't think so. And so we're going to talk about hacking guacamole today. And so these recipe cards, this is a Texas guacamole, which I was very surprised because it has sour cream in it. I've never used sour cream in that. And then this is just a standard guacamole postcard. Again, if you want to win one of those, just drop me a note in the chat. Let me know that you're here listening. So when we're talking about avocados, one of the things is picking out the right avocados for your guacamole. Can you go wrong? Well, if you look at these two avocados, you'll see that one is lighter than the other, and that's because this one isn't quite as ripe as this one. So when I go to the store and I pick out avocados, I do the field test. I know that you probably do too, to see how hard it is. And I like it where it just gives a little when I squeeze it. And so I'm like, okay, I like this. Some people might like it to be really squishy. It depends on what kind of guacamole. I like my guacamole to be a chunky guacamole. So I like my avocados to be a little bit more firm. How do you like your avocados? Let me know. And so a lot of times you go to the store and the avocado is not quite ripe. It's still really hard, or it's light green. Well, a lot of you know the paper bag trick, where you can take your avocado that is not ripe and drop it in a brown paper bag and let it sit for a day or two. Why? Because avocados give off ethylene gas, and that's the gas that helps to ripen fruit. And so by putting it in the brown paper bag, that ethylene gas hangs out and it will ripen your avocado quicker. And so what we want to do today is talking about guacamole and how to hack guacamole. And so I have a bunch of stuff in front of me. I'm going to cut up my last avocado here. And so I like to slice it the long way. And I know my avocado is just the way I like it when I can simply squeeze the avocado into my bowl like that, and it comes out nice and easily. As far as the avocado pit, typically what I do is I just bang the avocado on my chopping block, and I take my knife and it easily just pops out, just like that. And then I take and I squeeze my avocado, and if it's just the way I like it, it will slide right out of its skin and into my bowl. And then again, I was telling you how I like my avocado to be chunky. So I don't stir it as much as other people probably do. I like nice big whole pieces with some smooth stuff in between. And so I will give that a stir. Now, typically some of the basics for making guacamole, especially when we look at our recipes here, there are some things like lime juice, lemon juice. That's again to help stop the avocado from turning brown. No, nobody likes to eat brown avocado, especially if you're having a party. But also things like diced onions, fresh cilantro, ground cayenne pepper. These are things that you can think about adding into your guacamole to make it taste the way that you want. Now, what I like to do when I'm throwing one of my space parties is I like to add salt and pepper. So cracking in some fresh salt and pepper right there. I like a lot of pepper, I'll tell you. And stirring that up. And then typically I will add my lemon juice in there just because I don't want it to turn brown. Now, a lot of people who come over to my house and try my guacamole, they're like, oh, you have the best guacamole. And I will tell you my secret is that I like to combine lemon juice with lime also. And so I do both. And so I put a little lemon, I put a little lime. That lime adds just a little zip. So do you like lemon or do you like lime? I say, David, you're on. I like having both. And so then I'll take and I'll try it. Wow, just like that. Lemon, lime, salt and pepper, boom, you've got your base. So how can we hack this? Well, there's many ways to do guacamole. One of my quick and easy ways when I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to chop a bunch of stuff up is I will buy already made pico de gallo. And I will just dump my pico in there, spin it around with my base, done. Nothing else, because that's got my onions, it's got my jalapenos, it's got my tomatoes, it's got everything I need to make a really nice guacamole. So if you're feeling simple, that's a great way to do it. If you want to have more options, I have cilantro from my garden. Now, some people love cilantro. You either love it or you hate it. Some people are like, oh, cilantro tastes like grass. They don't like it. I love cilantro. We grow cilantro every year. I have chopped onions, green onions. This is just a corn and pepper salsa. And I've got jalapenos, fresh chopped jalapenos, along with some other things. And so what you can do is instead of making guacamole that's set and you don't know, maybe your guest is allergic to tomatoes or they don't like cilantro. Instead of throwing that in, why not have a guacamole bar just like this, where your guests can come and make their own guacamole dip. And so you set out different options. I even have some garlic here, peppers. We've got banana peppers growing in our garden right now, but they weren't ready because I would have had those chopped here too. And then your guests can come along. You've created the base, which is your avocado, salt, pepper, lemon, lime. And then they just take a scoop of all of the things that they want to add into their own guacamole. I like a little bit of heat, so I'm going to add in a couple of these jalapenos. Oh, I have to have some cilantro because I love cilantro, and a little bit of garlic. Not too much. A couple of pieces, and then I'm going to just stir this around. And now I have guacamole dip and a couple of chips, just the way that I like it. And so this is just a fun idea to think about at your next party, having a guacamole bar. And that's how you can hack guacamole instead of keeping it standard and doing, what everybody else does. So now I'm going to taste this. Oh, that's so good. Even for breakfast, Oh yeah. Right now, if I had some gluten-free toast for me, because I'm gluten-free, this is a great thing for breakfast right here. Totally delicious. Your guests will have so much fun by making their own guacamole bar bowl, I should say, their own guacamole bowl with your awesome guacamole bar that you set up. So again, if you're listening to this quick space snacks recipe, we've got David, but is anybody else out there? Because I have 2 postcards that I want to give away. So you've got a few minutes. Tell me, what would you like to have in your guacamole? And you will be entered in the postcard giveaway if you just leave me a comment. Thank you for listening. Oh, I should mention, as my husband, he makes his own jalapeno relish from our garden every year. And so this is his jar of that. And he loves to put that in his guacamole. And so, again, being able to have a variety of options is always nice. Who doesn't like options? So I hope you try this at your next party and let me know how it goes. Thank you for listening, everybody out there, and have an awesome day and make some guacamole. Bye.